Happy Sunday! Taking Back Canada with Katie. It's been a really exciting, busy day, and I'm even wearing my Sunday best. Yeah, I went to church today. Before I get into that, I'm just gonna say it was wonderful. As I was getting ready to go out, my brother texted me and said, "Hey, Radio Reaction just shouted out your name, your channel." And I thought, that's really nice. And he told me where, and I said, well, I'll look back into that. I'm just off to church. I want to look into getting baptized. And my brother said, that's really cool because Jesus is coming back. I said, I know, I love that. I love that we can talk about that. So most of you, when I talk about God, I refer to God as like spirituality. And I truly believe from my heart that you don't have to go to church to find God and Jesus, that he's in our hearts and we go and find his heart. And it's been a long journey. And there's somebody that comes into the store where I work, and she's awesome. And we've just connected. She's awake. We chat lots when, there's no one around. Like I got to stay neutral at work. But hey, I have some good talks. And she was telling me several months ago about the need to be baptized, and that I should look up Acts 2:38. And I did. And I encourage you just to Google it out of curiosity. I'll also include a little clip of it at the end of the video. And it resonated. And things have come up. And finally today I said, no, nothing's gonna stop me. I'm gonna get out there. And I'm gonna go into this church. And of course, who would be doing the welcoming at the door but the friend who had invited me and told me to come. So big hug. I had a wonderful time. Within probably like the first 30 seconds, I could feel the palpable energy, and I knew that it was somewhere I wanted to be. I could just feel like this welcoming energy and a presence. And I had a great time, sang along. I'll get baptized when that happens. It'll just all flow together. What I loved was that the pastor and his wife and many of the people there were awake. So find your friends, and it doesn't hurt to find them in a community. I won't promise or say how much I'm going to go to church, but something's compelling me to get baptized. And I love that because I think everything that I've been through in my journey the last 5 years, I mean, it goes a lot further than that, but just the intensity of where I've really felt God's presence in my life, and where I sort of transitioned from saying universe and higher power to God, to Jesus, has just been something with me that I've been trying to share with you, that when we just trust that there's something bigger at work up above. And even if you don't believe, but you watch the evil going on in our world, and you're aware that these people worship something dark, what's on the other side of that? So that's my thing, is I never want to push you. I want you to be curious, that we're awake for a reason. This is a spiritual war. Who is running things? Who's running the show? And how you can meet God, higher power, source, universe, is just being alone, getting to know yourself, being comfortable with your own company, being still, putting your phone away, getting out in nature. Just some of the quick ways: taking your shoes off, being barefoot on the grass. Yoga's great because you feel your body, right? And it's just all of that. And as you start to trust, I've told you this before, there's these amazing little miracles, and they're not coincidences. After a while, you will see these synchronicities, whether through nature, music, animals, people. And it'll be your personal journey for yourself. You'll start to figure out that there's someone pretty wonderful up there who created you with love and compassion. And I actually want to do a video one day and just devote it to some different speakers that I've really admire and watched, who look at it a different way. And I talked to the pastor about that today too. He was cool. I just said, I'm trying to reach people with that you don't necessarily have to be in a church to find God, that he's in here. And when you're alone and when you're not afraid of what people think of you, and that was the big kicker for me a few years ago when all this COVID nonsense happened. And when I didn't care anymore about what people thought, that's where my real growth started to come. And just, I experienced a lot of things in dreams and synchronicities, and I want to talk about that later because it's really cool. But I'm going to move on. After church, I headed down to the X the Tax rally, and it was a little bit small, but you know, I pulled in and a man pulled off the highway. He was curious about what we were up to, and we had a great chat. It was just a great way to network, and we're all getting to know each other and trading emails, and it's a good thing in your community to know who you're going to be able to rely on and trust, and having a network of people to help each other and to grow it, whether that comes from church or standing on the side of the highway with your upside down Canadian flag or your F fuck Trudeau flag. We just need to, find like-minded people. We're all vibrating in a higher elevation, and that's who we need to be around right now. And just keep loving and have compassion for your normie friends, or your friends who are supposedly awake but aren't ready to talk about it. They're still worried about what other people think of them, and they're worried about being put on a watch list and all that jazz. Okay, so thank you again, Radio Reaction. You're awesome. I'm going to put a link in. This gentleman is just great. I love watching him. He does such great, his name's Paul, and he does these great videography. Yeah, that's a new word I made up. He just has a great way of expressing things in the way he does his videos about our rotting country. And there's a person that he referred to when he shouted me out called Lynn Brooks, and that's part of this video. I've stolen a little clip of her recent video, Tyrant Patrol. So her and a bunch of buddies are going around the Toronto area, Mississauga, I think they've been to, Ottawa. They just hit all these places, and she goes around with chalk and they write "Axe the Tax" outside all the municipal offices, and they get things on lives, and it's these amazing conversations. So what I'm about to show you might not wow you at first. Please watch till the end, because the part that won't wow you is her and her small team of people went into a municipal office recently. And sorry, I don't remember the actual name of him. Oh, hang on. Oh, it starts with an S. Oh gosh, anyway. So he wasn't there, but they stayed and chatted with the staff, who were actually quite welcoming, let them in the office. And I hope they red or blue pilled them. It was quite funny. As they're standing there chatting, just around in a group, and one woman was there, questioning what's going on in her country with the staff that were working there. This one woman comes walking in off the street, and holy, like fireworks, and every word out of her mouth was freaking gold. Like, it was so great to listen to her. And just as you think she's kind of saying goodbye, she's like me, she can't stop talking. She just comes back and boom, she goes again. And I just loved it. So I wanted to share it with you. And so that's from Lynn Brooks. And she's an awesome Canadian who's going around making these wonderful live videos and connecting with people. So I'm going to include a link to her channel as well. And the last thing I wanted to say, it was kind of funny. So my friend was telling me to look for Acts 2:38 in the Bible about being baptized. When I got out into my car after church today, and that was the first time I've been to church in probably, I don't know, well, other than going to a funeral. I think the last time I went to church was maybe 10, 15 years ago in Victoria, where my sister and her husband would run a church. So when I got out to my car, my odometer reading, 90,000 ended in 238. I just thought that was kind of cool. I won't attach to it. And you got to watch with numerology, but I've actually have a lot of synchronicities come up with numbers, and it's led me into some really positive directions. So I'm open to that. There is an energy that works through angels, and maybe not a lot of people would agree with that. So I'm going to bid you goodbye for now. Happy Sunday. I hope you had fun on April 20th yesterday. I'm eager to go partake. I never do that when I do a video because I'd be like, drooling mess. So I'm going to go now. I think that's it. Okay. I have so much more that I want to cover. I have some great deputations coming up, but for now, I'm just going to include that clip with this awesome lady off the street. And yeah, you might be unwowed by the beginning, but be wowed by her words and that these videos are spreading and being watched by many. And so we learn from other people and the great things to say and to cut through the fog. There's a purpose for everything. Everything has a reason. Why don't we just end this in prayer? Yeah. Thank you, dear Lord. Thank you for leading me to where you have. And I'm open to all possibilities. And I know there's nothing you can't do. And I know that you are moving and touching lives and using so many of us to wake each other up and to save our children and this next generation from a horrific fate, which won't happen because God is in control. Amen.
Sorry, there's another question behind that. Oh, you mind if I look her? Yeah, go for it.
Hello. Hey. Well, thanks for letting us in. Thank you for speaking with us. Well, not every office lets us in. Exactly, really. No, they won't. Some do, some don't, but some just will not. They're scared of us or something. Like, we're not scary, we're just people.
So very unaffordable for so many Canadians. It is disheartening. Our children will never be able to own a house in Canada, anyone under 35. The RCMP or whoever, they're warning about civil unrest in Canada once Canadians realize how broke they are and how our money is just being wasted. Money is being stolen from us. And all of this censorship on free speech is abhorrent. I never thought in a million years that this would be happening in Canada. Not ever. Yet here we are, 8 years later, the destruction of Canada, block by block, all the way to the bottom. It is disgusting. So please pass that message along. So many people are very upset about this, and I am visibly shaking because this is affecting my life, my in-laws' life, my parents, my children. And a lot of people are leaving Canada because of this. Thank you, Justin Trudeau. You must go.
Do you mind if we share your emails? It's already live, so she can.
Would you mind? You're free on Sunday?
Where are you going on Sunday?
Sunday from 2 o'clock to
Sunday.
5 o'clock. Every Sunday?
Where?
We're at Highway 10 and Vernon Place. A whole bunch of people, we all talk the same.
She's not done yet. Keep watching to the end.
This Sunday.
I'll be there. If it's every Sunday, I will be there some Sundays for sure.
Here she goes.
Just so everyone knows.
And we will share some information even more and how they corrupted, how they bet for us.
People are not happy.
Scandal after scandal.
Don't even tell people we know that. That's where we begin.
We're into the
And
billions
we
and
can't get
billions of dollars.
answers. Yeah,
They got
no answers.
No
And
answers.
Can we
Not
take
your
down
fault.
your details for you to speak with Charles? Or would you not
Me?
want that?
no, I will call him, leave a message, but no one needs my details right now. And this whole capital gains thing, oh my gosh, don't even get me started. So if you have a small business, you're running a small business, you work 70 hours a week, then when you want to sell your business, we have to give the government 66% of what we've already, like what should rightfully be ours. It's our retirement plan. Why should we just hand this check over to the government? Small business owners don't have pension plans like all the government workers do. Why do the makers have to give everything to the takers? I do not understand that for the life of me.
I love that. The makers get to the takers.
That's right.
That's
There
awesome.
are so few makers in Canada and so many people who just take off of our backs, and yet we're the ones who get punished. Working hard is a punishment in Canada.
Yes.
Welcome to communism. That's all I have to say about that for right now.
Bravo.
Bravo. Good for you. You're our hero today. We need you.
Where is this being posted right now?
Right now, I've got it on YouTube, Lynn Brooks YouTube. I'll give you a card if you want to
Okay.
find it. But your speech just made it.
I'll put the link to Lynn's
And it's been
video
shared.
in description.
In the States as well.
Yeah, you're all over the world, really.
Okay. Can I take your card? 'Cause
Yeah.
I have to finish my effort.
Yeah, I've got one in my wallet.
All right.
Thank you for listening to us, allowing us this platform here. We're in Charles D'Souza's office.
Food banks can't keep up. Thank you, Justin Trudeau. Thank you, Klaus Schwab. Klaus,
I'm not done yet.
why are we giving, as taxpayers, why are we giving Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum 15% in taxes? Why are we paying why are we paying a foreign entity, unelected officials this money, coming from hardworking Canadians? Why? Can somebody answer that question for me?
Are you aware of
Justin Trudeau.
No,
There's the
Why
answer.
am I ever aware of
The
the
WHO
pandemic?
pandemic, Canadian officials are citing it on May the 17th.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Why is Canada giving away our sovereignty?
Yeah.
Why? Nobody voted for these people. We are supposed to be an independent nation, yet we're not.
The
We are
only
being
answer I can give you is
governed by a bunch
Justin
of
Trudeau.
clowns
That's
who are
it.
trying to destroy our way of living, and it's unacceptable.
Well,
Unacceptable.
They even said he wants to make Canada post-national nation.
That's right. That was one of the first things he
That was
said.
the very first thing he said, along with what country does he admire the most?
China's basic
That was
dictatorship.
all in the same
Don't I know it all?
Yeah, there we go.
You know
it's
it
all
all.
laid out from beginning to end.
From beginning, he told us, and that's the problem. He always tells us what he's going to do, and people are like, oh no, he didn't mean it that way. It's taken out of context. Here we are, 8 years later, everything has happened. I thought the World Economic Forum and the Great Reset was a conspiracy theory. It's not a conspiracy theory. Everything is happening right in front of our faces.
Exactly.
And yet people still deny it. Why?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I wish I had that answer, because we keep doing what we're doing. Maybe you could tell us why. You don't know either. He just works here. Why?
You can see it. You can even request the documents to show that Krista Freeland is on the board
Oh,
of
yes.
the World Economic Forum, which is against parliamentary rules because it's a conflict of interest.
That's right.
And for 8 years, all the time that she's been in power, she's been sitting on the World Economic Board and as well as our finance minister. Complete violation of parliamentary
That's right.
confidential rules.
How is this
So-
even allowed?
But it's allowed because they just allowed.
They don't care. They really don't care what Canadians think. They just don't. They don't care how we feel and how we think. All over social media, there's people crying how they have like 2 jobs and they can't keep up.
We were just talking in the parking lot. So family of 4, like a husband and wife, 2 children. So they did a study, just in an average suburb in Toronto. They did an average study on what they need to make just to live comfortably without going into debt, saving just a little bit of a month and paying for food. You know how much that was?
How much was it?
$175,000.
Yeah.
If a family of 4 in Canada, in Mississauga, if that household is not making $175,000, they're going into the red.
Yeah.
They're going into the red. And you can see that. The debt market is going to collapse. Visa is only going to extend you so
Oh,
much.
yeah.
The 30% rule on your mortgage, which basically means the federal rate on the mortgage, people are over that 30% threshold. There's going to be no money, and the bottom is going to fall out. It's just inevitable.
Yeah.
In certain circumstances.
The house of
You
cards
cannot-
is crumbling. It's
You
all
cannot
falling
deny
down.
numbers. You
Yeah.
cannot deny numbers and facts.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm very disappointed in this government. Like, I never ever imagined that Justin Trudeau would be this destructive. Not ever in a million years.
Well, 8 years.
And
8
so
years.
that's right.
8 years is not the same time.
Like, we are the next Venezuela.
We are, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yes.
we are such a resource-rich country.
Yes.
And yet, look at what's happening to us.
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
Because the
Why?
people don't say stop. People keep complying.
That's right.
It's the people.
It's,
Silence is compliance.
Yeah.
that's right. Absolutely.
The
Silence is
RCMP need to
compliance.
step up,
And they won't.
and they
They
won't.
won't, because they won't bite the hand that feeds them. Same with all the media.
The
MSM,
media.
mainstream media, they are absolutely abhorrent in what they're doing to the Canadian people. Do they not realize that their families and their children and their grandchildren are also going to be affected by this? Well, they will be. Welcome
They
to
will be.
Communist Canada.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You are,
It was very nice meeting you.
nice to meet you. I'll follow you.
Nice
I'm
to
gonna
meet
walk
you.
out with you, I'm gonna give you a card.
Yeah, we'll get you.
And I'm just a random person walking by wanting to come in and just
Yeah, no kidding.
Nice. Pleasure to meet all of you. Thank you for being here because we need to speak up.
We're only strong in numbers, we're only
That's
strong in
right.
numbers,
That's right.
only strong in numbers.
That's right. Every single day.
Look at
What a smarty.
In Nova Scotia.
They're all smart, but wow.
But he doesn't support all of.
No
all of
coincidences.
people's policies. You know what I mean?
What was liberalism all about? Free speech.
Yep.
It's about personal accountability and responsibility. It's about the honoring the individual, not this groupthink mentality that they're trying to instill in all of us.
Yeah.
We are all individuals. Everybody is unique and doing what they want to do to be successful in life.
Yeah.
So we are being stifled right now.
They're
And
red
it's
pilling
wrong.
these
Someone
clerks.
please pass this message on to Mr. Sousa. Like,
Now, especially the membership thing, like he was on. So you know how many MPs are in office, right?
yes.
There's 338 MPs, right? Now, the whole premise of a parliamentary system is those 338 are supposed to speak for their people.
That's right.
They don't.
They don't.
Because
They don't care about
tell
the
them how to
people.
vote. So in essence, we do not want to know.
That's right, we don't.
Because we're at the whim of two men, which are Jacob Singh and Justin
That's
Trudeau,
right.
because they tell them how to vote for.
That's
It's
right.
impossible. So there's your voice, my voice, all these cars, all these people's voices, nothing. Nothing.
Right.
We are insensitive, totalitarians.
Right. And last time I checked, Canadians did not vote for this coalition government with the NDP.
Yeah.
Sorry, only less than a third of Canadians voted for.
Tax the 338, that's right. I'm just looking at the women's NBC on my banner.
And he's had a third of the popular vote in the last election.
Looks like the banners disappeared off your vehicle.
31%.
That's the tax banner.
That's right.
So, where's the fairness?
So
Yeah.
he's screw everything.
Everything. Everything. Canada is not the Canada that we grew up in.
No.
The country that we loved.
No, it's not even a shadow of
No.
what it is.
No.
Not even
No.
a shadow.
We love our country, we want to keep it
Right.
That's
strong
why
and
we-
So
free.
we expect the RCMP to show up at our doors tonight being, hey,
You just made,
concerned
we're
about
kind of
that.
considered the Tyrant Patrol in a sense.
Yeah.
although
You're
we're not.
definitely a member.
One
time.
You've now become a Tyrant Patrol. And it's, to be honest with you, like this will be memorable, I'll tell you that. Like right now, I have 452 people watching.
Wow, good for you. I don't have so many. They usually come on later.
Yeah, so there we go.
okay, so someone.
But I'll give you a card.
I
All right, we're gonna leave, but I'm concerned the tax banner I had on Anna's car is gone.
Well, it's still there.
Oh, okay. That was my concern.
Yes, everyone just wanted me, this was unexpected.
Yeah, that was good. You were right on, sister. You're still alive.
You know what?
Yeah, so I don't want you to say things that you don't want to be. But this is us here.
Somebody remove your banner.
You'll have, yeah, so they're on the ground. Just blew away. But this is Adam. This is Derek. I'm Lynn. And this is Adam's truck here. And when you come on, this is them. And Adam just made a new banner.
Nice.
You gotta
I didn't
show.
know that.
Well, okay.
Okay, I show
You
you.
gotta show his new banner. Look at his.
Well, that's why I was coming to.
And then I want to show you.
It's a good website. Check it out.
What are you showing?
That's my profile
Oh,
on
okay.
Twitter.
Okay, I'll find you. Okay. Because I'm on Twitter as well. But look at this new banner he just made. This is an inaugural. What have we got here? Inaugural showing
Oh,
of
I'd love
this.
to know her Twitter account. Maybe we can get Lynn to share it. Okay, I'm gonna stop here.
Is that cool or
I
what?
encourage you to watch the whole video. It's great.
And look at
Lots of
inside
gold.
his truck. He's just got
Getting
stuff after
speeches
stuff.
like this out. It might not be that significant that they were just in a small office,
All right,
but
so
I
that
had no
was
idea
pretty
they were
cool.
waking those two young kids up.
Oh, I've got to get her car. I've got to get into her.